Hey listeners, today we're talking about a major change in U.S. immigration policy that's snapping up headlines. The Trump administration revived a rule that gives immigration officers the power to deny green cards to people they judge likely to depend on public assistance. It's a significant shift that could make hundreds of thousands of immigrants think twice before using programs like food stamps or housing vouchers. The move arrives amid the Trump administration's intensified push to curb both lawful and unlawful immigration. Immigrant advocates moved fast, saying this policy forces families to choose between basic needs like food assistance or government housing and the chance to earn permanent resident status. It isn't just policy critics point out that it could hurt U.S.-born children who rely on these programs. The roots run deep. Federal law has long barred green card eligibility for those deemed a public charge, meaning largely dependent on the government for sustenance. Historically, immigration officers considered cash assistance and institutionalized long-term care as markers, but not programs like SNAP or Medicaid. In 2018, the Trump administration tried to broaden that definition, attempting to label food stamps and non-MFX emergency Medicaid as potential hostile deal-breakers. In the 2018 proposal, federal officials broke long-standing precedent by arguing that usage of Barbara benefits could be grounds for denial. That sparked legal challenges, and in 2021, the Biden administration rolled back the rule, adding a final rule that immigrants could not be denied green cards based on most non-cash public benefits. Now we're back to this policy. The Trump final rule officially rescinds a Biden regulation that had straitjacketed officers by limiting the public benefits they could fact-check before refusing a green card. In AMA, the Department of Homeland Security announced via social media that it was restoring the basic principle that immigrants must be able to support themselves, and reaffirming a commitment to self-reliance and protecting public resources. The language, however, remains vague about which benefits precisely could lead officers to reject an applicant. So what does that mean for families? English-speaking immigrants who use food stamps, housing vouchers, or other non-cash support will now be entering a new landscape where officers can factor those benefits into their determinations. The rule says the denial is highly individualized and case-by-case, so there's no clear line. The mere fact that a person has relied on help in the past could put them at risk. Advocacy groups are warning the policy creates a dilemma: put the family on a safety net to survive basic needs, or forego any possibility of a green card. It's a shock to many who came to the United States legally and are now forced to weigh hardship against the hope of permanent residency. That's all for today. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week for another deep dive into one of the policy changes shaping our country. Stay tuned for further analysis and tips on what this could mean for you and your community.